Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through optimal binary search tree algorithm. Guys, I am not 100% clear with the algorithm. Like if you want the exact step by step, this is not the right video for you. Please search for some other video. So here I'll be giving you just the overview of the algorithm, like just how the flow will be working, because I am also not having a 100% clarity on the algorithm. So this is just an overview. So please consider that. Okay. So let us start. The algorithm for optimal binary search tree. Okay, so we are having three inputs, p, q and n, where p is nothing but the probability of occurrence or success, where q is the probability of unsuccess or not occurrence, and n be the number of items or number of keys, you can say. Okay, so let us go through the comments that we have written for these letters only. So given n distinct identifiers, a1, a2, a3 and so on up to an, where a1 is less than a2, less than a3 and so on up to an. So always remember that whenever you are trying to do binary search tree, you will be making sure that they are less than, the first value is really least and next like that. Okay, so probabilities, p of I is for success and q of I is for unsuccess. Okay, c of I comma j is equals to cost. I think I forgot to say about what is c and what is r and what is w in our previous lecture. So basically c is nothing but the cost, r is nothing but it indicates the root, w is nothing but the weight. Okay, so these are the three terms which will be used. So I hope everyone got some clear idea at least with the terms. Okay, so let us continue with the algorithm. Okay, so here you will be doing this process for multiple times, guys. So you will be processing this process for I equal to 0 to n minus 1. So that is indirectly you can say that you will be continuing this process for two levels. So you, once this loop has completed, you are done with the two lines, guys. Sorry, okay, two lines here for I minus j equal to 0 and I minus j equal, sorry, j minus I equal to 0 and j minus I equal to 1. So both those loops will be completed by using this only single loop. Okay, and the next three steps will be done in our next loop. So based on the previous example I am saying, guys. Okay, so if you didn't watch the previous example, please watch the previous video. Okay, so initially if I equal to 0, previously also we discussed about this. If I equal to 0, you can directly write r and c of all the values as 0 0, and the weight of I comma I is nothing but the order in which the unsuccessful order, the exact order. In the previous example it is, just give me a second, in the previous example it is 2 3 1 1 1. Okay, so in the same way here you will be substituting the values directly from q of I. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Okay, so the next part, this is if both are equal. If there is a single node, okay, like the difference is 1, to be clear. So here weight of 0 comma 1 0 comma 1 0 1 0 comma 1 1 comma 2 1 comma 2 1 comma 3 2 comma 3 2 comma 3 2 comma 3 3 comma 4 3 comma 4 3 comma 4, for all those four things we'll be calculating here only. Okay, so the simple formula could be q of 1 q of I plus q of I plus 1 p of I. So these are the exact formulas which we discussed, but in terms of I plus 1. So instead of j we substituted I plus 1, guys. That's the only change. There is no need to remember any kind of formulas. Just in place of j, just write I plus 1, or even you can omit these lines, these three lines, and in the next step, while you are starting the loop, start from 1. Both the things will work, guys, because the same concept is applied here also, the same concept is applied here also. But because that operation is really simple, we did it directly in 3 steps, whereas here we will be applying multiple steps to do it. Okay, so initially we will be assigning, guys, this from here I'm for these are the few steps which I don't know why we are doing these things. Okay, so I'm a bit confused with these things. So weight of n comma n we are assigning with q of n, and r of n comma n equal to 0 and c of n comma n equal to 0. So for these 3 steps are not needed according to me, but they are written in the algorithms. Wherever I search, I'm finding those 3 steps are mandatorily written everywhere. Okay, so later on we'll be starting the loop for the rest of the things other than the first two. J minus I equal to 0 and j minus I equal to 1 is done for now. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. So here you will be starting a loop from I equal to 0 to n minus m. Okay, so initially you will be placing j equal to I plus 1. So j is nothing but this term which we are using from the algorithm itself. From previous also we have learned, just give me a second, here also, here we used k, here we are using j, that's the only change. Okay, so here we are writing the formula, and here this formula, if you recall the formula, It is nothing but the weight formula or weight formula in our problem only. Okay. Similarly, once we are done with this, we need to find the minimum, right? If you remember, we used to do like this. If there is a value of 0 comma 2 and we are having the k values 1 and 2, I told you in this way, right? 2 to end with them. So here you will be subtracting 1 and here you will be writing the exact one. So these are the total costs you need to calculate. So among these two, we used to select the minimum one. So that is what this find will be doing. So that is nothing but this. It will be selecting the minimum among both. Like it will be calculating all combinations of k. Instead of k, I think here we are using m. So based on that m value, finally you will be returning the m value. That's nothing but L. You will be returning that and you will be storing it in k. And you will be finding which is giving the optimal solution and you will be storing it in C of j. C of I comma j. So that is what we are doing here, guys. So basically, if you recall, among these all, you will be selecting the minimum and you will be adding with our original cost and you will be substituting it. So that's what this step is doing, this single step. Okay, and the last step is nothing but the final step where you will be storing the k, the root value, like what is the path for it. Okay, so this is the algorithm for optimal binary search tree. Okay, so I hope everyone got some clarity because I am also not perfect with the algorithm. I also confused with some of the steps, so I also tried my level best to explain it. So I hope everyone got some idea on this algorithm. So let us meet in the next tutorial and we'll be continuing with the 0 by 1 knapsack. So we already learned fractional knapsack using greedy algorithm. So here we will be learning about 0 by 1 knapsack using dynamic programming, and we will be using sets in this concept. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thank you. Thanks for watching.